Alright guys, I recorded this once already today and the video was way too long and it wouldn't let me post it on either YouTube or Facebook, so I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. There's two different kinds of screams you can do. There's a fry scream and there's a false chord. A fry scream is just like the grudge noise. You want to start it out with that. Ah. You add air behind it. What you want to do is you just want to sound like a big, burly man with a beard. Picture yourself as just going through a town and slaughtering people with an axe. I'm fucking pissed, got something to say to everyone. That's pretty much it. Once you get that basic down, you can overpower it into something else and add the grudge scream behind it. So you just want to and that's it for a fry scream. With a fry scream, it's a little bit harder to push air out, actually, than a false chord. With a fry scream, with any kind of scream, the first thing you want to worry about is water. Everybody says there's different kinds of stuff you should do with water. Room temperature, hot, cold, fuck that. Do whatever works for you best. If someone works for you, just don't listen to anything else. Do that. When you're first starting to scream, you should always warm up, whether it be false chord or fry screaming. There's a couple warm-ups you can do. Think of the movie Anchorman, when he's getting ready to go on and he's preparing himself to do this, and he's just, ow now, brown cow. Ow now, brown cow. Ow now, brown cow. Do that and try to stretch your mouth as wide as possible, because what that's doing is flexing your vocal cords up and down and stretching them apart. And screaming is just like working out. You always want to stretch before you work out, because if not, you can hurt yourself. And it's the same thing with your voice. You can permanently damage your voice forever. Like I said in my last video, the body is not meant to do this, so take whatever steps you can to make sure you're protecting your voice. The screaming comes all from the diaphragm. What you want to do when you're screaming is just flex your diaphragm, and the diaphragm is a muscle in your stomach. If you see someone and they're breathing like a normal person would, you're going to see their shoulders lift up and down like that's not what you want to do. When you're doing a fry scream, what you want to do is you want to see your stomach, and you want to see it. That's breathing from your stomach, as the terminology would be. What that's doing is that's getting more air into your stomach, and you can use your diaphragm and flex that to push more air out. The diaphragm, flexing it, is just the same exact thing as flexing your abs. If you're flexing your abs, you're flexing your diaphragm. That's basically how all the power comes in behind a scream. Coming up with the sounds and noises is up to you. Everybody sounds different, everybody has a different tone. You're never going to sound like somebody else. So don't try to do that, just try to be yourself. And another thing I cannot stress enough, do not go past your range. Range will come in the future, it all takes practice. If you can't hit a note, just keep working at the notes you can hit, and then slowly work your way up. What else? Me, I'm a smoker. If you're not a smoker, this might be easier for you, but if you are a smoker, there's a couple lung exercises you can do to give you more stamina when you're screaming, so you can scream longer. What you want to do is you just want to hold in the biggest breath you can. And then hold it, and just count out how long you can hold that breath, and then as you progress through, you can notice that you'll be holding it for a minute, 30 seconds to 2 minutes. So let's go back into a fry scream. Just remember, the guttural noise with a fry scream is something that might not be easy for someone to get. Fry scream is just, you ever hear girls, they talk like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. Fry scream. That's all the vocal fry. What you want to do is you just want to utilize that noise, the grudge noise, and go from like a and just force a lot of air behind it. Tones is all about mouth position. Mid-range, low range, high range. The higher you want to go, the more you want to open your mouth. The lower you want to go, the more you want to close it. A guttural comes from the same technique as a fry scream, depending on what kind of guttural you want to have. If you want to get something along the lines of Whitechapel or Infinite Annihilator, a fry guttural is the way you want to go. It's the same thing. Once you get your range down, going up and down with your screams, practicing it, it'll take you a little bit to get the guttural, but it should sound something like this. You notice I hold my chest when I do my gutturals because that's a lot of force going through, and it's just a lot. It's a continuous strain on your vocal cords and on your chest. So make sure when you're doing gutturals you drink a lot of water and keep your throat lubricated. False chords. False chords is a scream that is very hard and strenuous on your throat. If you're first starting out, I'd recommend starting out with a fry scream and then progressing your way to a false chord. But if you want to start out with a false chord, that's fine. Just make sure you're practicing a lot. Don't overdo it. Practice like 10 to 15 minutes a day. This goes with the same thing with a fry scream. Don't overdo it. If your voice starts to hurt and you can feel it in your throat, stop and wait the next day. Just live to fight another day, man. Just give it up. Move on. If you are feeling that you're starting to lose your voice a little bit, just stop and kind of just give it a break for a little bit, man. But again, a false chord is just everything in your throat clapping together. Your false chords are when your vocal cords smack really hard, so it's gonna hurt. Like CJ from My Artist Murder, or Johnny Davis from Job for a Cowboy, or Trevor from Black Tiger Murder, all their lows and mids are all false chord. I guess I'll give you a quick demonstration. It's just really hard air. That's it. I don't do my highs false chord anymore because it hurts, and I actually blew my shit out. I really hurt myself doing high false chords because I did it so much every day, playing shows, practice, whatever it was, and I don't do them anymore. I'm scared to do them. I mean, I would do a demonstration with them, but I don't do them anymore. Number one rule when you're screaming is just do what works best for you, and don't listen to what anybody else tells you. Unless it's something important about safety. But if someone's telling you, oh, do this way, you're not doing it right, don't listen to them. If you're doing something and you think it sounds good and you're progressing to something good, do what works for you. I'm not telling you to whisper, scream, or inhale, because that's fucking pussy shit. If you're gonna scream, do it the right way, how it was supposed to be. I guess that's it for the video. If you need anything else, just message me and I'll try to put another one up. But I got one. I tried to post another video about 20 minutes ago, but it was about 20 minutes long and it wouldn't fit, so I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. Thanks.